The only thing that separates a 10-year-old victim and a registered sex offender is this fence. Students will be holding a candlelight vigil for two of their own who died late last week. Even standing puddles like these could become a breeding ground for mosquitoes. We get an agenda from the town government. Well, for this one, we got two. One from the mayor's camp. We also received a second agenda, though. One of the biggest challenges in growing the economy in Myrtle Beach is manufacturing jobs. Even from half an hour ago, it looks very different. Prayer in public schools, what the ACLU is asking all schools in South Carolina to do. Many people have begun to get frustrated and are walking out. Last year, over 2 days, she gave away 8 dresses. This viral video was made in just one continuous take. We got a sneak peek inside the classroom. She's worried about what will not only happen to these cats, but her own animals. I want you to take a listen to just how dry this grass and the brush sound. 500 to 600 people, security says, have turned out for this event.
Lindsey Theis reports.
News Channel 15's Lindsey Theis.
I'm Lindsey Theis, and that story's coming up. The question that you can't help keep but coming back to in all of this is, how did this even become okay in the first place? This fence is the only thing separating a 10-year-old victim and the man sentenced for sexually soliciting her.
Here's where my daughter was playing with the cat.
Carrie Dane Marlowe was at this fence when he tried to kiss Chris Smith's daughter and asked to lick and rub lotion on her. He also exposed himself to her.
She ran into my room where I was taking a nap, and I woke up to my daughter half in and half out of my closet trying to hide, crying hysterically, saying, "Daddy, I'm so scared."
Marlowe pled guilty to criminal solicitation of a minor this summer. While he is not allowed within 30 feet of the victim, as part of his probation, he can return to his home next door.
It's simply an intolerable situation. It's not something that any family should ever have to go through.
We went to Marlowe's house today to get his side. That and our phone calls went unanswered. Smith says while his daughter doesn't go outside alone, contact is
not only unavoidable, it's inevitable.
But how is it that this is okay?
There is no law that restricts him from living next door to his victim.
Candace Lively prosecuted this case. She says while state laws restrict sex offenders from doing things like buying homes near school or being at a public park, nothing is on the books that says they can't return to a home they already live in.
It's very difficult for me as a prosecutor to even swallow the idea that I have to look at a victim's family and say, you know, I can't make a move. So what options do we have?
Senator Luke Rankin's been researching this, and so far he's found no existing laws in any state that restricts a sex offender from returning home, even if the victim lives next door. As to if anything proposed in South Carolina would make it to law.
There will be a protection of both the victim, who we are most concerned about, and her family, as well as the criminal's constitutional rights. Again, they can't be ignored, and that's the balance that we'll have to strike here.
Lively tried to appeal the sentencing to get a tougher probation stipulation that might have been able to keep Smith and Marlowe from living next door to each other. A judge denied that appeal. The International Balloon Association, and yes, there actually is an International Balloon Association, well, they say there's more technology that uses helium than ever before, and the refineries can't extract it fast enough.
That's probably the most rewarding thing you can have in your lifetime, is to make a child happy, smiling over a balloon.
That smile is going to cost you more. A national helium shortage is hitting businesses across the Grand Strand. Of course, party stores.
We'd say about 500-700 balloons on a Saturday. It's cut back to maybe about 200, 350 balloons on a Saturday.
But even college science labs.
We're having to budget for as far as increase in price.
And hospitals.
It's actually what's used in all MRI instruments in order to keep that magnet cool so that we can get those images.
All that use the natural gas byproduct.
They take you to the helium storage room.
One party store owner isn't feeling the pain.
These are all full tanks over here and there.
That's because he's hoarded helium.
These tanks.
He bought more than 500 tanks when he opened his shop in 1992.
$185.
So now, in addition to the business of balloons, he's in the business of selling HE2.
The Sam's Club and Walmart's to get them helium because they're not being able to get the helium they provided from their current supplier.
Experts say it's unlikely helium prices will go down anytime soon because there's nothing out there with similar properties to substitute for it. And Calabrese has already sold more than $500 worth of his helium. I spoke with many onlookers who stopped to watch the building come down today, and most of them just simply said how sad it was. But the family who owns the motel is happy, and they say they're looking to the future instead of the past.
This is a good day.
A good day, the owners say, but still the end for the Chesterfield Inn. Traffic was blocked as the two-story, 27-room, 70-year-old inn was demolished Wednesday.
It was built in the 1930s. The Chapman family and the Britton family out of Chesterfield, South Carolina, built it. The wood was brought from Chesterfield, South Carolina to build it.
The structure was remodeled in the 1940s, something that was a feat by itself because of the economy post-depression.
It took them 2 years to build it because they had to barter everything for like the plumbing and the nails and everything.
The motel featured home-cooked meals, handwritten thank yous, and other essences of Southern home charm.
My mom and I made all the curtains in there with bouillon fringe and everything.
But now the only signs of those home touches, the headboards on the wall, white shower tile, could be seen between smoke and broken boards as a bulldozer went to work.
People want to stay in new when they come to Myrtle Beach.
So what's next? Well, the owners plan to do new.
An oceanfront restaurant with rooftop seating. There will be a clubhouse, gift shop, and entertainment area. There will be a 36-hole mini golf.
And there will still be some touches of the old Chesterfield in the new site. I'm told a black light mini golf green will go through what was the cellar of the old motel. They also took some of the old closet doors to Manallison and had a giant portrait of the building painted on it. The location of this bus stop has some parents very uneasy, and the question you can't help but ask once you see where this is would you want your kids to catch the bus there?
You'll be okay.
Each morning, Misty Umphreys waits with her girls for the school bus at a parking lot near the intersection of 4th Street and 30th Avenue in Atlantic Beach.
Almost time.
The parents here don't let their kids wait alone for the bus.
It's ridiculous. It's something they shouldn't have here.
They say it's because the stop is between the parking lots of a gentleman's club.
I don't want my children, being picked up behind that. I'm not knocking what they do, but I just don't think it's appropriate.
It's not right. That's not appropriate for little kids.
Charlotte Hudson says she was shocked one afternoon when her kids told her what they saw getting off the bus.
They was like right there when she got off the bus. And, like she said, the little boys that she was on the bus with, they kept turning their heads looking, talking about, oh, look at the little girl, look at the women's with the boobs. And my 5-year-old, he just looked, like I told him, don't look that way, just look ahead of you.
Love you.
Umphreys says she's called her children's elementary and primary schools to complain.
At the primary, I did talk to one of the principals, and he wasn't aware, but, he said he would look into it, and I left it at that, and, well, it's not changed.
News Channel 15 went right to the head of Horry County Schools Transportation Department, Jim Wright. He says he gets some 25 bus-related complaints a week and documents them all in this binder. He says he has never heard of the problem behind the strip club until now.
If they go to the local school, the school should have gave them the number to the bus office.
Is there a good chance that just never trickled back
I'm sure. Yeah, if they need to call the district transportation, I'll be more than happy to come out there and take a look at it.
The school district has to fit in 4 blocks of Atlantic Beach into the one bus stop, so they picked the middle point, which is here at this intersection. Now, because of state rules and regulations, they can't be at the stop sign, so they go a couple hundred feet backwards, which takes them to the back of the Gentlemen's Club. The school district says that the bus stop has been here for 15 years, and that this school year, they're sticking by their decision to keep it here. Wright adds the kids board the bus between 6 and 7:30 in the morning, far after the venue has closed.
There's rules about making bus stops, but the most important one is, well, I let my kid do it. And if I let my kid do it, the odds are I'm going to let your kid do it.
I say let them get their children on the bus here, let them put their grandchildren on the bus here, see if they like it.
Now, the parents say they have a suggestion for the school district to move the bus stop either north or south 2 blocks. Tim and Allison Wright says the problem with that is then some kids would have to walk 4 blocks, which wouldn't be fair.